Good morning, it's Emma, Super Sensitive Human, and I know I haven't posted anything in a while. I'm not sick, not more sick than normal anyway. I haven't wanted to do it because I've been having a lot of back pain, and I know that I haven't wanted to edit anything, and I'll have to edit it if I film it. So we'll try and do this all in one take, and sorry if it gets boring. So I'm gonna give a garden update. If you're not familiar with my channel, I have 3 or 4 other garden tours over the years. My garden is about 3.5 years old at most. You know, I put in a few plants the first year, a few plants the second year, a few plants the third year, and a few plants just recently. So this is my yard in central Arizona, Zone 8 near Sedona, Arizona, and it's just my rental house, so I don't get compensated for this. This is all just out of my own pocket and love of plants. So I'm just gonna do a little tour to show what's new since last time, and if you want to see some old videos, I have a playlist of garden only videos that you can search out. So first of all, the purple cactuses that I took from the IGA parking lot, just a single pad, are nice and big after about 2 years being in the ground. They've multiplied exponentially, and they look great against the blue truck. The succulents, on the other hand, are ravaged by dog nesting. Mercy gets right up against there. Hey, Mercy. Hi, baby. So if you watched, I think it was my walking tour of the neighborhood, this whole sidewalk was a total mess full of dirt from Mercy digging holes in this bed here, which didn't have hardly anything in it. So I bought some new plants to plant in this bed and cleaned everything up, raked out this central area, put all the wood chips back, sprayed off the sidewalk. So we've got some low water plants in here now, a rock rose and Russian sages, protected by those because they're very brittle and she might roll on them. She likes to roll in scented plants and get herself all scented up or something. I don't know, some plants she likes to like smash her face into, like she's itching her face. Here in the front of the house, the idea would be to grow this out up the front of the house here. This is my rose from the Shady Lady in Tombstone, Arizona, which is biggest rose in the world according to some. It would cover my whole entire double wide for sure, and probably half the yard too. That's how big the spread is. So behind me here we've got the front of the house dry bed, my other Xeriscape area. I just doubled up on some of the plants here, like this one, got a new one just because it's weird to have one of each plant, and now that I've lived here for 3 years, I kind of know which ones are growing the best and which ones are not. This I just saw for sale at the nursery that had a tag that it said it need watered once a week. It's a yarrow, but mine definitely doesn't get hardly any water, and it does really well without any water. So I think they could readjust that tag. Another thing that I got another one of, so now there's 3 fence honeysuckles filling in this area that had nothing in it right here. And another rose that is Lady Banks rose, like the tombstone rose, but probably not from that cutting, to fill out the fence here. I'm huge on privacy, so I really try and fill in the fence, because I'm always walking around out here in the yard, scantily clad, trying to get as much sun as possible for my health, trying to get my vitamin D up, and I feel very self-conscious about it, and just don't like people in general. So I'm always filling in all the fence areas with plants. So in here, new ones are Snapdragons in the tree well, and same over here. A 6-pack of those is like $2.99. It's a really good investment because the Snapdragons grow great here in the desert, and will grow up to be fairly big. Like, show you these ones. This is like before they have flowers, they'll grow much bigger than that. What else? I planted some seeds in here and some seeds over here, and I don't know if those are going to grow. I find the seeds are hard to start in the desert because little critters like to eat them, and they like to eat the little green succulent shoots because there's not a lot of water here. So it's good to start things indoors or buy starts and then plant them. They seem to do a lot better than spending all this time watering and coddling the seeds only to find out that they're gone one day 4 weeks later. The salvia, autumn sages are a great buy here. They do well with no water. This is the red one. This is the older red one. This is the brand new purple one. I would continue buying more colors and more of those because I really like how they have a pretty long lasting color and no water. Don't need any water. It's a great time of year because everything is getting greener and greener every day. Here's the apricot or apricot and the plum. These are some of the first to sprout here. I don't think you call it a sprout if it's tree. First to bloom here. And the peaches as well, same time. Those are the earliest. And then come the apples, which right now just have a little bit of leafing going on. And last is the cherries and the pears, which are just barely coming out. I would say my garden is a permaculture inspired garden because it doesn't, I don't know how many rules you have to follow to be a permaculture garden, but I try to do the layers like trees, shrubs, ground covers, vines. I try to incorporate a lot of edibles, a couple nitrogen fixers. I do not have any animals other than my dog. I don't have zones because my yard's just a little lot. And I don't have everything. I have tons of stuff that is not edible or particularly useful. Everything's useful. I mean, you can find a medicinal or agricultural application, like weaving or whatever for any plant, but most of this stuff is just ornamental. I like it because it's low guilt factor and the low investment. Like, I feel like a kind of bad if I grow a vegetable and then I don't want to eat it, and it's like I have to like pick it and wash it and preserve it maybe if there's too many, and it's really a lot to keep on top of. So I just kind of like to look at my flowers in some respects and leave it at that. I separated out the irises here. I said that weird. Irises. Sometimes I get a Pennsylvania accent from the hills. Separated those out to there, and way over here and some new patches. The invasive reeds doing beautifully. I feel so guilty, but I think I'm gonna propagate some more invasive reeds and like put some in the corner here. Now that my garden is 3 years old, I want to I'm trying to start doubling, tripling up on different stuff and making it more of a cohesive visual landscape that's like I was saying earlier, not just one plant of this and one plant of that, but repetition. I'm going for repetition after 3 years, and trying to make it more visually appealing in that way. This vine is a trumpet vine. It's kind of filling in. It's still pretty sparse, but I like it because it's my evergreen vine compared to the grapes that are not evergreen, but it doesn't have real great flowers compared to the other kind of trumpet vine that's not evergreen, the bignonias. Those ones have same trumpet flowers, but way more, they pop way more and grow way lusher than this thing. I have a new raspberry there. I have the black cap, old black cap over here, not growing any leaves yet. My birthday sycamore, I bought this on my birthday because I wanted a tree for my birthday, and hopefully that starts budding out, because it like, when I bought it, it kind of died and then regrew its leaves last fall, so I spent a lot of energy leafing out last fall that it might have saved for spring, so it's definitely still alive, but I don't see any signs yet that it's sprouting any leaves. Nothing new going on in these areas. Same old artichokes, same old peaches. The tree tobacco, this thing is my tree tobacco that was growing inside all winter because it's more of a zone 9 plant, and just put it outside, so it's kind of like, what's going on? It's a little droopy, but I hoping to put that in the ground. It's still in a pot, and then I think if I get it in the ground this year and then it dies the next winter, it can still grow back from the roots. This is my brand new hedge. Got 3 of these privet bushes, my privets for my privacy, for my lounger here with its new cushion. This is an old cushion. This is the new cushion, very colorful, and that's just to block the view to my neighbor's house when I'm lounging on my patio here. And if I had more money, I would love to put in some trees behind that, and well, that's a whole different video what I'd do. Hummingbird. My tangelo tree has made the journey from the outside or inside to outside. It's a fairly mild year, so it could freeze again, but I don't think it's going to. The garden, vegetable garden, nothing is going on in here at all except a asparagus bed is coming up, and I have put some dirt here that I'm meaning to brush over there and make the asparagus bed a little deeper, because it never really got covered up after I planted it, and so it's lower than the rest of the garden. Here's a nice purple one that needs picked. I'm not really hungry for asparagus right now. That's my problem with growing stuff, is that I can't really predict what I'll be hungry for. It's not like I like asparagus, but something about it. Like last year I was eating all these raw, and now the idea of eating them raw is like, ugh, I want to barf. Oh, this is new. To match the other side of the stairs I have. This is a trumpet vine like I was talking about, that's the not evergreen kind, the orange one. The evergreen one I have is red. I like red and orange ones. But here I have orange, and that's just to grow up the house. I transplanted this, I think it's a hollyhock baby from another area, and it's kind of shaded by the bucket. It's not shaded right now, but like so, to get it used to its new location. And there's nothing new at all in this bed. The under the stairs area is filling in nicely with periwinkle, though. This was not planted at all when I moved in. I mean, nothing in the yard was planted when I moved in, but it's astounding. The whole thing was empty, completely empty, except for one thing in the corner, which is that thing in the corner there. It's just amazing how well the periwinkle spreads from one little cutting, like this part here. So that's about what is new here, and let me know if you have any questions or anything that you want me to talk about, do a top 10 on, or anything you want to know about the garden that I can go into further detail, and I will do that. Alright, thanks. Bye.